is Allison, and we're going to get started on the X quadrant for the legs. That would be the lateral quad, the medial hamstring, the groin, and the lateral hamstring. So we're going to start with the easy version of the lateral quad. Pretty much everybody can do this, barring some people that have like a hip replacement. So if you have hip replacement, you might want to go with the other quad stretch we'll do later. So put your foot out to the side, 45-degree angle, 90-degree bend in your knee or more. Try not to keep it too far away from you. We're going to be rotating in and out, and I don't want to torque the knee at that angle. So cross the opposite ankle over. The ankle is going to press into the knee is going to press into the ankle. So that action, they're hooking together. As you keep that pressure going, that tension going, you're going to rotate the knee in and then open. But the knee is always pressing into the ankle is always pressing into the knee. In, open. You get a little hip stretch as you open and quad stretch as you rotate in. Your hip will always kind of want to pop up. Just try to minimize it. Use your abdominals, pull them in. If you're not feeling any stretch, bring your heel closer to you and you will feel a little bit more quad. This is not an intense stretch, although for some people it is. So. And then we'll do the other side. So foot goes out to the side, 45-degree angle, cross the opposite ankle over, press the ankle into the knee presses into the ankle. Rotate in, open. This is a great stretch to start with because it kind of gets the hip rotations loosened up, some of that connective tissue. You want to do about 8 reps, something like that, for all these stretches. People ask me that a lot. How many reps do I do? 8 to 12 reps, maybe more if you like. How much resistance do I give? As much as you want. It's still going to work. As long as you're connecting those muscles, those, got that resistance going. It doesn't matter how much resistance you give. All right, next. So this was lateral quad. We're stretching here. Now we're going to stretch the balancing muscle, which is the medial hamstring. So you can see opposite directions completely. So you're going to grab hold of your heel, make the OK sign, grab hold of the heel, push the knee down. We want the knee to stay where it is. It's not going to move away from you. So don't think about, as you stretch, oh, I want to stretch my legs straight. Don't worry about that. You're going to kick your heel down toward your groin. You're going to push back with your hand. So as you kick your heel down toward your groin, you're going to be moving the opposite direction with your hand, slowing the movement down. Keep the heel kicking down toward the groin, and then let the arm win and open up. So this is stretching your inner hamstrings, a little bit of the adductor probably as well, but we're focusing on that medial hamstring, the semimembranosus. So we'll switch sides and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's right back here. You can actually feel them contract, and you want to kind of mentally connect to that as you're doing this exercise. So for some people, they overstretch this muscle. So kicking down, arms going the opposite direction, letting the arm win, and I'm letting the heel win. Also getting a major posterior delt workout with this too. So obviously your legs are a lot stronger than your arms, so arms going to get a little tired, but we want to make sure that this is contracting back here. Important because these muscles, these two hamstrings, connect to the inside of the tibia, so it can help with tibial interior rotation, which is important because a lot of times when your knees come in when you're doing a squat, your femur is internally rotating and your tibia is externally rotating. So by strengthening these muscles, you can help your knee out a little bit and maybe improve your squat form. Okay, next exercise, the groin. Open your knees, butterfly position. You're going to pull your knees together, elbows pushing out at the same time. So knees are pushing together, elbows pushing out, letting your arms win, and then letting your knees win. So it's just like a butterfly stretch. And we're catching those short adductor muscles. So the ones that just do flexion and medial internal rotation, medial rotation. This muscle balances your lateral hamstring. Also, one thing I love about this stretch is you get a really nice shoulder stretch as you bring your knees towards each other. If you externally rotate your arms and relax your shoulders down, you're going to get a really nice trap stretch, rhomboid stretch. So 2 stretches in 1. Then we're going to move on to the lateral hamstring. We're going to do the standing version first. You're going to go up against the wall. That's if you need something to hang on to. You don't have to use a wall. You got good balance. You're going to balance on one foot. The opposite arm is going to be reaching down toward the floor as we go into this stretch. That's important. So opposite arm that you're standing on is reaching down. You're going to move your body as one unit. This is just like a single leg, like deadlift. You're going to reach down for the floor, foot goes up, hand comes down until you feel a stretch, and you're going to pull out. As you move, you want to make sure that that hip isn't flexing. We're getting it back there as you lean forward. It's not about how far you can go. It's not about touching the floor. It's about feeling the stretch. Your lateral hamstring will tell you when you feel it. We'll do a couple more and then we'll switch sides. So balancing on the opposite foot, again, opposite arm goes down that you're standing on. And the leg goes back behind you. You're moving your body as one unit. Knee and toe point down. If you're one of those that likes to toe out, you're going to have to really think about almost pigeon-toeing your back foot and bringing your knee in so that you can actually catch that lateral hamstring. So reaching down till you feel a stretch and then coming back up again. So if you do a lot of single leg Romanian deadlifts, you're already doing the stretch. Much more effective than just static stretching. And you're getting the benefit of strengthening it too. You'll also feel a little hip in this stretch. And then we're going to move on to the final version of the quad. This one's done up against the wall. You're going to grab a thick mat or a blanket or a pillow. You're going to bring one knee up against the wall. The closer it is to the wall, the more difficult, the more stretch. The farther away it is from the wall, a little bit easier. So we're going to bring one foot out to the side, reach down, flip the foot up the wall. I don't know if you can see my foot. I'm going to bring it out to the side so you can see it. I've got my toes tucked under. You can do it toes pointed. Some people get a calf or a arch cramp when they do that, so I like to do it with my toes tucked under. And then your belly in. You're probably already getting a stretch. We're going to add the resistance portion, pushing into the wall with the foot, belly in, shift forward. Keep pushing the foot into the wall and pull back. We want to keep the belly in, straighten up, do the opposite of sticking your butt out. And you should feel that quad fire up and stretching. This one is huge. You get almost all the quad muscles in this stretch. And just for time's sake, I'm not going to do the other side for this one. I'll count on you doing it yourself. And we're going to move on to the bent leg version of the lateral hamstring, which I'm going to cheat and use the wall. So I'm just going to slouch up against the wall. You can sit up as straight as you want, but I'm going to slouch. And then I'm going to take my hand on the opposite foot on the top. I'm going to kick the heel down toward the outer hip, and then as I'm kicking down toward the outer hip, I'm going to pull it across the body, and it should get the whole line. So again, there's always tension. My arm's always going up. My heel's always going down, across. and down. And your range of motion only might be here. You can use a strap if you can't reach your foot. You can also keep this leg straight. That may give you a better stretch. And that's it for the X quadrant. So we've got actually 6 stretches here. Happy stretching! Thanks.